Alan's question. I think it's pretty irrelevant.
Do you have data where you don't count the hemorrhagic stroke as a bleeding endpoint? And so are the differences in bleeding that don't count hemorrhagic stroke statistically persuasive in favor of rivaroxaban? And conversely, I also would like to see, I like the data that you showed, the graph that you showed, slide 72. But what I would like to see there is also data for disabling stroke that excludes hemorrhage.
I think we ought to start with the first question. Probably Dr. Nessel can answer this. Let me try to reinterpret your question, make sure I got it right. You want to know about the bleeding outcomes for the two treatments if you don't count hemorrhagic stroke as part of the bleeding outcome. So let's start with that. We don't have that. We can, anything that you ask for, we can get before the end of the day, and we certainly will.
Just a comment to the agreement. Since hemorrhagic stroke was a pre-specified part of the composite primary safety endpoint, it is included.
Hemorrhagic stroke, of the intracranial hemorrhages, hemorrhagic stroke was the largest component of the intracranial hemorrhages, but also subdural hemorrhages, and there were a few subarachnoid hemorrhages were also numerically fewer with rivaroxaban compared with warfarin, but in the intracranial hemorrhage endpoint.
But we will get you the data that specifically that you asked for, but if I could see the slide that had the disabling strokes, the clinical outcomes.
We could do the primary endpoint with the stroke outcomes for the primary endpoint. We'll do a slide of that. For the outcome, so this is stroke type and subtype, but we could have the outcome for the primary endpoint.
Disabling, not disabling.